sometimes the people who should guide us don't. And sometimes guidance comes from unexpected places. 16-year-old Claire had both parents, yet she walked through life like a girl who had none. And 17-year-old Lily had no parents, yet she carried herself like she had been raised by angels. This is their story of upbringing, consequences, and how one girl saved another without even knowing it. Claire Dawson lived in a quiet suburban town, the kind of place with white picket fences and trimmed lawns. To people outside, her life looked perfect. She had both parents, a nice home, and everything she asked for. But on the inside, everything was broken. Her mother, Julia, loved her, but loved her loosely. She never corrected her, never guided her, never insisted on respect or discipline. "Let her be," Julia always said. "She's just a child. She'll learn on her own." But Claire didn't learn. Not the right things. She spoke carelessly, treated people without regard, made impulsive choices, never appreciated the opportunities in front of her, never cared how her actions affected others. And every time someone tried to correct her, she dismissed them with a smirk. One afternoon at school, she threw a milk carton across the hall, just because she felt like it. It splashed all over the locker of Lily Hart, the quiet orphan girl everyone respected. Lily wiped the milk off her books calmly. Claire laughed loudly. "What, too broke to buy new textbooks?" Claire mocked. Everyone waited for Lily to react, maybe yell, maybe cry, but instead the girl simply took a deep breath. Her voice was gentle, steady, too mature for her age. "Claire, you're better than this." Claire scoffed. "You don't know me." Lily looked at her with soft, sad eyes. "No, I think you don't know yourself." That night, Claire went home still irritated, not by the mess she made, but by how calm Lily had been. Why didn't she fight? Why didn't she react? She stormed into the living room. Her mother barely glanced up from her phone. "Mom, this girl at school?" Julia waved her off. "Claire, please, I've had a long day. Just go upstairs." And just like that, the conversation ended. Claire stomped away, slamming her door. And in the silence, she felt something she rarely acknowledged: emptiness. Meanwhile, Lily walked home alone, past the old bakery and the small church. She lived with a kind elderly couple who took her in when her parents died years ago. They didn't treat her like a burden. They treated her like a blessing. They taught her respect, humility, gratitude. Before she slept, she whispered a prayer, not for herself, but for Claire. "Guide her heart," she murmured. "She needs direction." 2 days later, Claire got into trouble. She and a group of rowdy girls skipped class and were caught damaging school property. They pushed over trash cans, scribbled on the walls, and ran around like they owned the school. The principal called their parents. Claire's mother arrived annoyed rather than concerned. "Claire is just expressive," Julia insisted. "She's young. Stop making everything dramatic." The principal's voice was stern. "Ma'am, this isn't expression. This is a pattern." Lily, who was in the office at the same time dropping off paperwork, overheard everything. Her heart sank. Claire was spiraling, and no one was guiding her. A week later, something happened that Claire would never forget. Her group of friends dared her to shoplift from a grocery store, just for fun, just to look cool. Claire hesitated for a second, but she feared losing her friends more than losing her dignity. She slipped a lip gloss into her jacket pocket, and the security guard caught her. Her friends scattered, leaving her alone. Her mother arrived furious, not disappointed, not concerned, furious. "Claire, what is wrong with you? Why would you embarrass me like this?" Embarrass me? Not, "Why did you do this?" Not, "Are you okay?" Not, "Let's understand what happened." Julia dragged her out of the store, shouting the entire way. People stared. Claire felt humiliated, but for the first time, she also felt scared. That night, she cried alone in her room, something she almost never let herself do. The next morning, at school, Claire avoided everyone. Her eyes were swollen, her spirit heavy. During lunch, she sat alone behind the gym. Lily found her there. Claire stiffened. "Please don't say anything. I'm not in the mood." But Lily sat beside her quietly. "I heard what happened," she said softly. "Are you okay?" Nobody had asked her that, not even her mother. Claire's voice cracked. "I'm messed up, and I don't even know why I do these things." Lily turned toward her, her face warm and understanding. "Claire, sometimes," she whispered, "we act pout because we weren't shown how to act right." Claire blinked back tears. Lily continued, her voice trembling slightly. "My mom died when I was little, but before she passed, she taught me everything she could: respect, gratitude, how to think about the consequences of my actions. And after she was gone, I held on to those lessons. They became my compass." Claire swallowed hard. "And me? I have parents but no compass." Lily gently touched her hand. "Then let me help you. You're not alone. You can become better. You're actually a good person, Claire. You just need direction." It didn't happen in one day or one week, but slowly, Claire transformed. She started listening, apologizing, taking responsibility. And whenever she fell back into her old habits, Lily was there. Not judging, not scolding, just guiding. Claire began realizing something profound. Being raised is not the same as being guided. A house isn't a home if there's no direction. Parents aren't guardians if they leave their children to figure life out alone. One afternoon, Claire's mother caught her helping an elderly neighbor carry groceries, something Claire would never have done before. Julia stared in shock. "Claire, what's going on with you?" Claire smiled softly. "I'm just learning." "Learning what?" And Claire whispered, "To become the person I wish I had been taught to be." Julia looked away, ashamed, because she finally understood. One evening after school, Claire handed Lily a small note. On it, she wrote, "You saved me without shouting. You taught me without preaching. You became the sister I never knew I needed. Thank you for being my compass." Lily smiled with tears in her eyes. "You did the work, Claire," she whispered. "I just showed you the path." They hugged, two girls from different worlds, one with parents but no guidance, one with no parents but rich in wisdom. And together, they healed. Thank you for listening to this touching journey of guidance, growth, and unexpected sisterhood. May we all learn that sometimes the right person walks into our lives at the right moment to show us who we can become. And may we always value good upbringing, whether it comes from parents or from the kindness of a stranger.